General Store on 24.
The General Store on 24 has delicious offerings like the pizza steak, 10 ounces of delicious ribeye steak cooked with pepperoni and marinara sauce, topped with provolone cheese, and placed on a fresh baked Italian roll. The General Store on 24 in Lewis.
All right, 9:38. It's a Bill and Jessica show. It's a Friday, so I wanted to get into the story. And, it's trending. It's out of New York, but, it's all over. It's big in the hip-hop community as well. There's 2 radio stations in New York City, 2 hip-hop stations. There's Hot 97 and Power 105.1. Okay, so I got privy to it when I saw Funk Flex, because I follow Funk Flex. Him and Rick Ross were in the studio, because they get a lot of celebrities in the studio all the time. And they were going on and on about DJ Envy, who works at the competition, Power 105. He does the morning show. And they kept talking about this real estate scam. And they were basically trashing, DJ Envy and like cracking jokes and, laughing about it or whatever. So, that went on, and that kind of, got me into it, because I get into all the, radio beefs and stuff like that. So, and I mean, look, Funk Flex, DJ Envy, I know DJ Envy, they do the Breakfast Club. They do a morning show, on one of our competition stations, but it is what it is. They are, a big influence on the culture, on the hip hop community. So, I can't deny that. Because they're all across the country. They're nationally syndicated. They're not here on Delmarva. So DJ Envy apparently, allegedly, was involved in a promotion of a real estate scheme. Okay? That's what he's being accused of. All right, so here goes the story, because it's going wild online. Here goes the official story from NBC New York.
Tonight, an I-Team exclusive investigation involving a real estate deal and one of the most recognizable voices in radio. Investors in a real estate venture say they were swindled out of millions of dollars. And they argue syndicated radio rapper Rashawn Casey, better known as DJ Envy from the show The Breakfast Club, promoted these deals. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace talked to the alleged victims and has the response to those mounting accusations you're about to hear for the first time.
We've helped so many people, not just regular people, but celebrities, athletes, executives.
That's DJ Envy on his syndicated iHeart radio show, The Breakfast Club. He's often promoted the real estate venture of his pal, Cesar Pina.
You might know him on Instagram as Flippin' NJ.
But it's more than just a passing endorsement.
You could partner with us on some deals, make some money with us.
Envy and Cesar have teamed up for seminars, including one at the Jacob Javits Convention Center, pitching opportunities to flip properties, often in distressed areas of New Jersey.
We invested $200,000 and looks like we're never going to get it back.
Jose Santiago and his wife Jessica Ortiz say they believed investing in this neighborhood of Patterson would be their ticket to the American dream.
That's the reason why I got into real estate, so we can actually start flipping properties, buying properties, so we can have something for our kids in the future.
The couple says they connected with entrepreneur Cesar after seeing him on social media with DJ Envy.
He's advertising this all over the radio and on television. I've seen shows of him all over the place, so I thought this was legit.
The pitch to invest in rundown properties that would be renovated and flipped for more money. The promise to return up to 30%. In some cases, Cesar didn't even own the properties. This couple took out $200,000 in equity from their Florida home, promised that 30% return within 4 months. Then they say nothing.
I'm paying the interest right now every month, and I have nothing.
Well, at this point, we just want our money back.
Nigel Chamblin says he was conned by Cesar into investing $235,000 in that same Patterson property, along with 2 others, $300,000 each for homes in Hawthorne and in Maplewood.
$835,000 in total on all 3 houses. There were other people investing in the exact same properties. It was a scam. It was a lie.
Augie Rios owns a custom auto wrap shop in Lodi, who says he worked on Envy's cars for years and believed his pitch. He did get back a return on an initial investment with Cesar, but maintains a second investment on this Patterson property went south.
If it wasn't for DJ Envy, I would have never invested into Cesar. I lost a total of $64,000.
After receiving 2 bounced checks, Rio says he got a visit from Caesar carrying this box of jewelry.
He said, take this jewelry until I can pay you back.
How much did he say this was worth?
15, 20 grand.
Then there's record producer Anthony Martini, who invested in what he thought was a promising apartment project in Patterson.
I lost $1 million.
And you went.
Wow. All right. So just to, kind of recap, and, there's more to the story, but DJ Envy and this guy, Caesar Pena, were friends. And Caesar had this business going where he did seminars.
Yep.
And he would get people he said, look, we're going to help you, achieve the American dream. You're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah,
and
he's like an investor.
Yeah. So you flip houses. Okay. So you give me this amount of money and you can have this house.
We're going to flip it.
We're going to flip it for you.
30% profit.
And then you make it back. And that's how it works. He got DJ Envy involved and people were getting scammed out of their money. But the problem is that Envy was deep in it. It wasn't just like, he kind of started working with a guy and then it kind of got shady, so he backed away. Like he got real deep in it, and he brought him for a long time, would bring him up on the air, promote his business, introduce people to him.
And he was a part of the seminars too, right?
Yeah, he was in on it. Endorsing him. I don't know what involvement. Now, he has also addressed this on his radio show, saying that he wasn't involved with any kind of money transfer, and he's distancing himself from Caesar when he heard about anything about people getting scammed. But people were like, no, that's BS.
Right. You were involved.
You were
That's what
involved.
they're saying, yes.
Went in because of DJ Envy.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I'd known Envy for years.
Martini's attorney has filed a lawsuit.
It's some sort of Ponzi-like scheme where he's taking money from one investor to pay off other investors. You're looking at over $40 million invested with the Penas in their companies.
Breaking news here on Tony the Closer's Live.
All right, now Tony the Closer is a social media influencer, and he calls out real estate scams. And he called out Caesar and DJ Envy.
Right.
Well, DJ Envy, I guess, he's a radio guy. He's the kind of guy he wants to jump on the live with him. So he did, and Tony the Closer just destroyed DJ Envy.
Complaint floodgates opened up when alleged victims started appearing.
And Tony the Closer started getting these victims on his podcast. And this is when it all started coming out. And this is what kind of broke everything. So Tony the Closer, he's the one. He's the one.
Headlines say real estate ripoff.
I wouldn't have gotten away with it if it wasn't for Tony the Closer and your kids and your little dog.
On the social media platform of influencer Tony the Closer, a self-proclaimed real estate scam watchdog.
I decided to make it where everybody would know the disgusting behavior that they're practicing.
Dozens of lawsuits have now been filed against Caesar and his wife. Several also name Envy, who has sued Tony the Closer for defamation after also going on with him live.
There it is.
And there's nobody in here that could ever say Envy, they gave Envy $1.
Envy, whose real name is Rashawn Casey, declined to talk to the I-Team, referring us to a powerful Manhattan real estate attorney. He says the radio personality lost $500,000 to the Penas in an investment deal to transform this vacant school building in Patterson into rental units.
He is a victim, just like the other alleged victims are in connection with the scam.
Why, if he's a victim, hasn't he filed a lawsuit against the Penas?
He has a legal right to file whenever he deems fit.
All right, so that's another question. Yeah, what does that mean? Like, if he's like a supposed victim,
and he says he's a victim.
He's
as well.
going after
Right.
the guy who the whistleblower, Tony, who basically called everybody out, but he's not going after Caesar, who supposedly stole this money. Why? Because you're in on it. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. I'm just asking because I've liked DJ Envy. I've always followed him. I think he's a hustler. He's a good radio guy. DJ.
He is now contending with cases that are being filed every day improperly against him.
why not come out on his radio show and warn other alleged victims?
Listen to this answer.
If he feels that he was.
This is it's an ongoing, they're ongoing litigations. And there's no room for them on, any sort of radio show.
A lot of people say they bought in because of Envy's reputation. Does he not have some responsibility?
Absolutely not. The only reason why Envy is sued is to sensationalize the case.
The attorney is seeking dismissals of all the lawsuits. As for the Piñas, we caught up with Caesar's wife, Jennifer, in Bergen County.
And this is another thing that's kind of odd. They're interviewing the guy's wife. She agreed to go on, but her answers are very generic.
Do you have anything to say to the alleged victims?
I say, just hold tight and we're going to come through.
Where's the money?
They're going to come through? They're going to pay you?
Listen, that's a Caesar answer for you. I can't give you that answer. He wants to be here with you. He wants to do the sit down. He wants to have this interview. He wants to clear the air. He wants to explain his side, and he wants people to understand what's going on. But, he's been advised to not talk.
There may be some hope for investors. A judge has appointed a bankruptcy court trustee to oversee some of the Piñas properties. Any available assets could eventually be sold off to pay alleged victims. From Patterson, Sarah Wallace, News 4 New York.
All right, so there you go. So that's where we're at.
Does he, if they sue him, what does he have? What can they get out of him? So now if he has properties, bankruptcy court can take it over, sell the properties, and whatever profit is made, maybe some of the people can get some money back.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And just seeing some, people on the podcast world, people, the hip hop community, people chiming in, talking about it, TikTok videos, podcasting, it's a big Ponzi scheme. Some people coming to DJ Envy's defense, some people, coming to the people's defense, saying that he's a scammer, and a lot of it had to do with him, even though that he might not have exchanged cash with these people. It was his guy,
and people trust him.
And how long, how many times he had him up on the radio,
so they trust
and
that.
the endorsements, and then that's a whole nother thing. Was the guy paying to come on? Was he paying to come on the radio? Or was this something like a payola situation for DJ Envy?
Right. We don't know.
And that's a whole nother thing. So it's wild. Are the feds going to get involved?
No idea, but it sounds like it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is huge. This is serious.
So I'm interested to see what happens with his job. Because, it's a big deal. I think DJ Envy's days on the radio or could possibly be numbered. I don't know. You just don't know.
Wow.
But I want to know where the company is with it. iHeart. I want to know where they're with it. So again, this is all accusations, allegedly.
Him to go on the air. How long was this friendship going on for?
Yeah, how long did they allow him to go? He was up there so much, a whole bunch of times, Caesar Piña.
So they know it, right?
Yeah. Someone else threw out the theory out there that people above him knew or could have possibly, allegedly, know what was going on, and maybe they're in on it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Again, that's all just people just talking.
Alleged, yeah.
All hearsay. So I hope for his sake that he's innocent.
Yeah.
Because again, you can't deny Envy has a big influence on
yes, right.
the hip hop urban culture, and I mean, it's a big name. I followed him all throughout his radio career, so this is just something that's going on in the news. So, and like I said, I know, he's on another radio show or whatever, but it's a nationally syndicated show.
Yep.
And I can't deny that, the old radio rule was, other radio shows don't exist. They do. Okay. This is 2023.
Right.
All right. I get it. Steve Harvey was in the news with his wife and all that, and his co-host. We talked about it.
Of course we did.
Because that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So Anyway, just want to throw that out there.
Whew, it's a lot going on.
Interesting. So we will be following this story. And I don't want to see nobody lose their job.
No.
I don't want him to get fired. I'll say that.
Wow.
Crazy. 9:53. We'll wrap up next.